because I really like the quality they put into their releases. And, you know, there are some that they don't care to put quality into, and that's fine, but I do want to give a shout out that Warner Brothers was one of the best when it came to bonus features. Even nowadays, still, like The Flash, the 2023 superhero film, the box office bomb, it has a whole Midnight Circle, whatever you call it, like podcast on it. The 4K has deleted scenes, there's little documentaries. They fill their releases to the brim with special features. And it's really cool, even for films that I don't care about, like Furiosa, or Mad Max Fury Road. I've seen the making of it, like how they did all the crazy stunts. And that's just not something you get from a lot of studios. Like, you don't really get that. You don't really get a lot of bonus features. I mean, sure, Arrow Video and stuff, but, like, the cheaper labels, like the ones that aren't boutique and known for that, it's really special when you find those releases. And I just really like collecting Warner Brothers releases because of that. Like I said, I'm not getting every single one. There are certain films I won't watch. I'm not going to buy ones for movies that I will never watch. But for films that are groundbreaking and that I know I'm going to watch at some point, or that I know are really good, I will definitely pick up a collector's edition if I can. But here's some other random DVD releases. More drama, more whatever. The Great Debaters, Denzel Washington, Forrest Whitaker. Here you go. Then, Pay It Forward, with Kevin Spacey, Helen Hunt, and Haley Joel Osment. And you know what? I know the actor in this is not a good actor. Like, there's a lot wrong with Kevin Spacey. Like, it is well documented. But putting that past, forgetting that and just enjoying the film itself, it is a really heartwarming film. Like, it is a really good movie. It is a really good film. The Green Book, winner of 3 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. I'd never even heard of this, really. Found this at a thrifty bargain, I think. Then you got Les Miserables. This is the original film. I got this sealed at Half Price Books. I love Half Price Books so much. I need a record in there sometime. They have an amazing selection. Then, Wonder, a film from the beloved bestseller. This is really good. I don't think that I'd enjoy it now as much as an adult, because it's kind of from a kid. It's kind of like with a younger kid in it. But it's still a good movie to have, and this is a nice edition that I found, I think for $3. I did want to go see Whitebird, A Wonder Story, but honestly, they delayed it too many times. They ruined my interest in it, really. I just don't know what Lionsgate was doing. I just want to complain about this for a second. I don't know why Lionsgate delayed the movie 5 times. I don't get it. I get part of it was the pandemic, I get part of it was the strikes, but then, when they had the final release date, they didn't bother marketing it at all. I don't know what happened with the film. I don't know why they changed the marketing strategy from being Whitebird, A Wonder Story to Whitebird or whatever it was. I don't get it, and I'd be very curious to hear if there was any, behind-the-scenes struggle with it. But, oh well, I'll check it out at some point, but I have this film for now. Then I have October Sky, a great movie from the producer of Field of Dreams, which is one I do want to pick up at some point. I've never seen it, but I'm curious to, and it might be nice to have a cool collector's edition. Then you got The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. This is a DVD copy. I do need to get a better one because this one's, I think, a little bit scratched if I look at it. Got this from a yard sale. Yeah, there's some pretty bad damage to it, but I haven't bothered to get a new one yet. I don't even know that I'll like the movie. It just sounds like a really wholesome film. But I do need to perhaps get a new copy of it at some point. Then you got The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, Miramax film. I've heard this one's really good. Like, this one's really meaningful. Set during World War II kind of movie. One of the best films of the year. When did this movie come out? Let me see. They make the dates impossible to read, especially for someone who doesn't have the best vision. I can't figure out when this film released, but it is one on my watch list. I also have a Christopher Reeve film here. This is called Somewhere in Time. And I got it purely for Christopher Reeve, because he's such a great actor in Superman. Even the bad films, even Superman 4, he does a great job. You can tell that he's putting his heart into it. And I haven't seen the Superman of Christopher Reeve story documentary. I'm going to once it hits streaming. I just wasn't able to go out in theaters and see it. But he's a great actor, and yeah, I saw this at the Goodwill in my town, and I thought, I want to check that film out. So I picked it up. And then I think this is another war movie. This is Anna and the King with Jodie Foster and Chow Yun-fei. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing these people's names. I'm not the best. Yeah, Anna and the King right there. I don't like that it's white on top of silver. It makes it very hard to see. But I do have this one. Then I've got Moby Dick with Gregory Peck. I have never seen this film. This was one of those library book sale buys, where I just bought it because it was extremely cheap. But you can't go wrong with a really cheap film. Here's another really cheap one, Soul Surfer. About, I believe, a surfer who loses her legs or something while surfing, and her overcoming that. Here we go. Disc. And then you got Changing Lanes with Ben Affleck. Paramount release. I've got a lot of Paramount releases in here. This is a terrible condition copy. There's no scratches on it, but I definitely might change the case. And apparently I can't even open it because what the heck, they put the security barcode on the bottom. Why on earth? Why? It's you. Oh, was it? I don't get that. Why is it down there? It's meant to be up there. Yeah, I might need to get a better copy of this or put it in a different case. Whatever. I own it. It was cheap. The Water Diviner. This is a film my mom had. She let me have this one. Got it, though, from the pizza place in Willits that used to sell movies. I went back there, actually, this past summer. They basically have the films that no one else wants. I am not kidding. Like, literally all of the films they have there are so obscure. They've just been getting rid of all the movies they have. But, yeah, she got this one years ago when they actually used to have quite a bit of stuff. Could be in a better case, but, you know, whatever. And then I have Radio with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Ed Harris. This is one of those I got at the St. Vincent de Paul in Fremont. Chapter list, and that. Then I got Hidden Figures, the 2018 reboot, I think. I've heard good things about this one. Then I've got Mr. Smith Goes to Washington with, from Frank Capra, and this has Jean Arthur and James Stewart. I don't know anything about this film. There are a lot of these that I literally just bought because I've heard good things about them, and I've never watched them myself. I really need to watch a lot of these. Cold Mountain, this is another film my mom let me own. This is a winner of Academy Awards, collector's edition, 2-disc set, Miramax title. There's a few good films from Miramax, but there's also a lot of terrible ones. Oh, and the disc is somewhere else. I'll have to go find where that is. Let's see. Castaway with Tom Hanks. A Robert Zemeckis film. It's fine. It exists. Yeah. But apparently the trailers spoiled a lot of it. Like, I didn't see the trailers, but I've heard that they very much spoiled the movie. I watched this once and I haven't seen it since. I need to try watching it again. Here's a Christmas movie that I've bought at least twice. This is It's a Wonderful Life. But this is the 2-disc collector's set with with James Stewart and Donna Reed, and I believe it's Frank Capra's. It's a Wonderful Life. Includes brand new color and restored black and white versions. So that was the reason I got it, because it had a different cut of the film. There's an argument to be made on whether or not films should get color releases if they're in black and white, but I think having the option's nice, but getting rid of the old version is not. But I do have both cuts in here, so I'm curious what the bonus features will be. Are there any bonus features? There's a couple of them. I could probably find a better 4K set, but I'm not really into spending a lot of money on films, like 4K sets and everything, unless it's something that I really like. I've seen this once. I've seen this when I was a lot younger, but I think I'm going to rewatch it this Christmas. In fact, I might do a Christmas movie collection. That would be pretty cool, because I do own quite a few Christmas movies. And I'm sure I could maybe allow VHS to be in there, or those might be separate videos. Who knows? Here's an interesting one. This is Goodbye, Christopher Robin. DVD digital release with actors' names that I can't pronounce, except Margot Robbie. Which I actually didn't realize she was in here. I know her from Barbie. That was a film that definitely made a lot of money. Yeah, I was interested in this one by the title of it. I'm really curious to see what it's about. It looks beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. It's inspired by a true story, so have to check that one out. The Fault in Our Stars. This is one of those Fox releases that apparently is a pretty big film. Like, I think I've seen a lot of copies of this thrift shopping. And, of course, you've got the digital code that no longer works. The DVD itself. I do want to watch this movie. I've seen it a lot. Like, thrift shopping, it's popped up on Disney+. But I have no idea what it's about. I think it's about, like, Hollywood or something. It's PG-13, so it's obviously more of an adult film, but also still not too adult. Here's another war movie, In the Line of Fire, starring Clint Eastwood, John Malkovich, and Reen Russo. Heard good things about this one. This is a Columbia Pictures Sony release. Special edition. Freedom Writers with Hilary Swank. I actually have seen a few of her films. I saw Ordinary Angels this year with her, and I've seen The Next Karate Kid, which was one of her very early roles, I believe. But here's the disc. Chapter thing. One of these things is broken off, so I might have to put it in a better case. Then we got Simon Birch. This has all these actors in it that I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce the names. This is a really good movie. This is a really, really good movie. Like, oh, this one is emotional. And there's the disc. And once again, putting color on background that is mixing color is not the best. Here's a Tom Cruise movie, though. Rain Man. I remember the days where I used to watch people's VHS collections, and they'd have this movie. And they'd, show the damage on it, or whatever. I haven't seen this movie at all. It is R-rated. It is an Academy Award winner. Best Picture of what? 1988? Oh. Yeah. I didn't even know this was the Best Picture winner, or I forgot about it. That's cool. But I haven't seen this movie yet, so I don't really know what it's about. I have In the Heart of the Sea, another Warner Brothers release, starring Chris Hemsworth. I have, let me pull these out. I have 2 copies of Crash, the I don't know who directed this movie. I'm sorry. I was gonna go somewhere, but... Oh. From the screenwriters, producers of $1 Million Baby. Yeah, this was a really good film. This is a really good movie that I've seen once. But I also have the director's cut, which only changes like 3 things, but I do have both options. Because, you know me, I like to have multiple different versions of the film. I won't usually go for multiple different cases, or at least I'm not trying to. You know, take that what you will. But if it's a different version of the movie, like a different way to experience it, I do want to own both versions. That's just cool to me, you know? This was a 2005 film. Apparently, the only reason why this alternate cut exists is because the studio wouldn't let them make any final edits. I guess they had already set the print to go out, and so the director just made a director's cut with a few changes, but I'm really glad that they didn't, like, change the theatrical cut. That was really nice. And I do like how golden everything is. Very nice. A lot of nice shine to it and everything. Pretty cool. Stand By Me, Stephen King, short story adaptation. I don't really like Stephen King in terms of horror at all, but he's done some good stuff like The Green Mile, Stand By Me, and Shawshank Redemption. So I'm going to be checking those out. I've already seen Green Mile, I've already seen Stand By Me, but I need to check out Shawshank. This was one I think I showed as action last time, but I'm going to show it again, The Perfect Storm. This is a pretty bad condition copy. I'm gonna probably replace it. Mark Wahlberg and George Clooney. I think this was my mom's copy, but I think I'd rather get, like, one in a normal case or a multiple disc edition. I'm gonna have to do some research. Though I should probably watch the movie first to see if I even like it. Then I have Secondhand Lions. This is one that I've heard great things about from friends. And I saw it years ago. I don't really remember it too much. I think I saw a clip of it a while back. But I am going to have to watch it over. But I thought it was a good movie, from what I remember. Like, it's got some really crazy scenes in it. But, you know, it exists. Then we have some Tom Hanks movies. Got some Tom Cruise at the end. Got some other stuff in between. We have Forrest Gump, the Special Collector's Edition, winner of 6 Academy Awards, 1 for Best Picture. Disc 1. Disc 2. This is a Robert Zemeckis film, I believe. Is this? Wait, let me see. It doesn't say, I don't think. Is it? No. I don't know who directed this, but it's a really well-acclaimed film. Yeah. I tried watching it. I couldn't get into it. I'll have to try it again sometime, but here's my copy of Forrest Gump. And then I have my copy of Sleepless in Seattle. This is a beautiful movie. Like, this is a really sweet romance. It's got some funny moments in there, too, but I really like this one. I also love the artwork on this one compared to other releases. Wow. Did the disc get faded? I don't think it did, because it still works. But, yeah, I really like this cover artwork. Better than some of the other releases where it's like, you got, like, the white on it, and then you've got, like, the border or whatever. No, this is my favorite edition in terms of artwork on the front cover. And then I have another Tom Hanks film. This is You've Got Mail, which, I'm going to be honest, the iconic cover that I remember of this is the green one with the golden retriever. That is one of the things that caught my eye. I haven't seen this movie yet, so I do need to watch it at some point. But I was wanting to get the edition that wasn't in a snapper case, and I finally found it at a Goodwill. And I was very happy when I found this. Alright, then I got another random Warner Brothers release. This is U.S. Marshals, and it says Tommy Lee Jones, Wesley Snipes, Robert Downey Jr. Man, those are all actors I'm familiar with. That's cool. Some bonus features. This film is rated PG-13. Then you got Freedom, starring Cuba Gooding Jr. and William Shelder, based on a true story. I haven't seen this one. I think I got this at the Goodwill in Reading, because it was pretty cheap. It was a good movie. Oh, why did I say that? I haven't seen this movie. I've heard it's a good movie. It was brand new and sealed. Then we have Yours, Mine, and Ours, with Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda. I haven't seen this movie yet. I might check it out. Disc. Then I have The Truman Show, starring Jim Carrey. I didn't get The Truman Show, really. I didn't really like it. I do need to get a better copy of this if I want to own it, though, because this one is really scratched. And I bought this one, I think, at a yard sale for like $1, so that explains a lot. But I just couldn't get into it. It just wasn't my thing, I think. Then you got Must Love Dogs. Of course, I'm going to buy it. It's a dog movie. No, it's actually a romance, but there is a dog in it, so, you know, it was kind of enticing. I got this at the Thrifty Bargain in Chico. Then I've got The Family Man, from starring Nicolas Cage and Leon. Disc. And then I have, this one's kind of Halloween, I guess. I could have put this maybe somewhere else. I put it in romance. Edward Scissorhands. I actually like this movie. I don't like a lot of Tim Burton's films because they get too demonic and creepy, but this one doesn't. Like, it's... The only part I don't like about it is the scene with the lady who's cutting his hair or whatever. Like, that whole scene in the back room of her place is like, it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like that part, but I like the rest of it. I think it's a good movie. It's at least emotional. And you got whatever's in here. Yeah. So, Edward Scissorhands is definitely one that I should have rewatched for Halloween, but I guess I could rewatch it for Christmas. Then we have The New World. This is a rough adaptation of Pocahontas. I'm not sure if this is the most accurate. I'm going to be honest, I was bored out of my mind watching this, but I already bought it, so I felt like keeping it. Though honestly, if I had to make a choice, this would probably be one of the titles I'd donate or throw in the trash. Then I got a couple Tom Cruise movies again. I have Far and Away with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Really like this artwork. This is a Ron Howard film. There is apparently a extended cut of this, which is really cool. Yeah, it's a TV-only extended cut, but there was a fan editor who actually took the television cut, and they upscaled it to the Blu-ray quality, which is extremely cool, and now I really want to get a Blu-ray copy so I can watch that. So, like, there's no official extended cut, unless you're lucky enough to see it on TV, but someone did make a fan edit, so I will definitely be checking that out. I also have Jerry Maguire, Tom Cruise, deluxe widescreen presentation, Sony Pictures film, or Columbia TriStar, whatever they were called at this point. Sony, Columbia, TriStar, I mixed them all together. Cinderella Man, another Ron Howard film, full screen edition. I got this at a Goodwill in Willits. And apparently there is nothing on the disc. No, I'm sure there is, but it's the small writing, which I hate. Anyways, then I have James Cameron's Titanic. This I got brand new and sealed at the Goodwill in Sunnyvale. This comes with 4 discs. This comes with 2 Blu-ray discs and 2 DVD discs. You get a lot of Titanic for how much I paid. I think I paid like $4, though I actually realized after, like way later, that I maybe should have paid $6. I didn't realize there were like 6 discs in there, but it was a mistake. But this has Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. Yeah. This has a ton of deleted scenes. There's even a fan edit where someone took all the deleted scenes and put them back into the film. I politely call that person insane, because that leads to about a 4.5 hour long movie. But it is on my watch list. Or at least I'm going to put it on there. Next, I got Ever After.